the positive thoughts. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the light. Inspired both young and old with patience and mindfulness. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. This gift that you gave us is larger than life. To go ahead with confidence and smile, we thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you. M for mindfulness, I for innovation, N for newness, L for loyalty, A for activeness. You gave us the direction. Oh MINLA, you boosted us with your smiles. Oh MINLA, you've come so far, guiding us to the right. We thank you, oh MINLA, we thank you, oh MINLA, Meena ji and Lalit ji. We thank you for everything.
A global namaste to all of you. A very good afternoon, a good morning, or a very good evening to whichever part of the globe you're joining us from. Today, we are truly delighted of the year 2022. This is our very first MINLA Zoom session with an awesome personality that habits on this globe. A very warm welcome to all of you. We are so happy that today is our 70th session, 7-0. From the pandemic when it started in 2020 in March, MINLA, that is Meena Ben and Lalit Soda, decided to bring in speakers on the virtual platform to motivate, to inspire, to educate about different things in life. The COVID pandemic was a disaster, but we wanted to make that disaster into an opportunity for the globe. And today, may I say, we are truly delighted to have an awesome personality, Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi. Now, we have a lot to unfold on this session. We are so blessed and truly blessed, may I say, that such an awesome personality actually agreed to come on our Zoom session. Who is she? Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi is the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Kinnar Akhada. She is a trailblazer transgender and a human rights activist. She is a pioneer, having represented the Asia Pacific region in the UNAIDS Civil Society Task Force. Her life is portrayed in Bollywood films and in the two autobiographical books, Me Hijra, Me Lakshmi, and The Red Lipstick, The Man in My Life. She has been part of the mainstream TV shows, Big Boss, Das Ka Dam, and other reality shows in Hindi and other regional languages. She is a fine arts curator an accomplished Bharatanatyam dancer, and a teacher and a music enthusiast. She has received numerous awards in recognition for her work from the government, from the NGOs, and private foundations. She holds various different positions today, and some of them that I'm going to mention. She is the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar of the Kinder Akhada from 2015 till date. She's the president of the National Network of the Transgender Persons. She's a founding member of the Asia Pacific Transgender Network. She's on the UNDP Consultant Gender and Human Rights from 2012 to 2014, and she is on the executive board member of the Gaurav Trust and many, many more organizations. This human being is, I don't know if she has 24 hours or does she have more hours in the day. How she accomplishes everything in one day is a story to be unfolded very shortly. May I say, Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi ji, a very warm welcome on the MINLA Zoom session. A Jai Sri Krishna and Jai Mahakal to you.
Jai Sri Krishna, Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Mahakal, Meena Ben and Lalit Soda ji. Both of you, thank you for so much to having me on MINLA. And it is the 70th session which you all are having when you started with the idea of this platform. I really thank that I am connecting so many different people in so many different corners of the world. Thank you both of you for having me. And yes, I'm here with you all.
It's a pleasure. Lakshmi ji, these Zoom sessions of MINLA's do get a very strong kickstart all the way from Kenya. And the only way we get a kickstart is when the lady starts the session. So I'm going to say, Meena Ben, may you officially welcome our lovely personality on our Zoom session today with a traditional welcome. Meena Ben, the floor is all yours.
Jai Mahakali ji, Jai Mata ji, Lakshmi ji, officially, this is for you. This is for you.
Thank you.
And this is welcome to Kenya and London and all over the world. This is for you.
Oh, so sweet of you. Thank you so much. Jagdamba tame haruta jorake mari Bhagavati.
Thank you very much. And this is for your PS and your...
Aryan, this is for you.
Aryan ji ko bulaye zara.
Hi, Aryan ji, my
Hello.
friend.
Thank you. Namaste.
Namaste. That's for you. And while you are there, that's for you.
Ah, lovely Tilak.
Come here. We are getting Aryan to be seated.
Bilkul.
Welcome and thank you very much. Global Jumbo to all, Jai Hind. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all. My cute cousin Lalit and myself, we are super excited to welcome you all on live MINLA Zoom session and on our all the friends watching live on Facebook and friends, please do share our page. Welcome, sweetest person, Aryan, who made this session possible. Welcome, our main speaker, Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, Lakshmi Narayan, very religious and kind lady at heart. Welcome to the Flamingo and crater city of Nakuru, where Lake Nakuru is famous for wildlife and flamingos. We have oldest museum and old volcano crater. Now most famous for safari rally. Nakuru County is the one where world famous fastest runners like Eliud Kipchoge and Lady Faith are born in this town. We are number 1 in Africa, remember. Baby Navana. Let me introduce our backbone of this session, Dr. Lalit Soda. Dr. Lalit is a chiropractor, world-class speaker, and author. He believes in giving back to society. He is also recipient of many awards, including Marwa Journalist Award last year. Over to you, Lalit.
Thank you, Minavan. Thank you very much. And a very warm welcome to everybody. Now, Lakshmiji, we have a wonderful time session with you, and we are going to embark on a lovely question and answer journey. Ready?
Yes, ready. Let's.
Absolutely ready. Wonderful. Now, my first question to you, Lakshmiji, having heard about you, having learned about you, I saw some videos about you. And the one video that really, the comment that you made on a video was so amazing that I would like to start today's session with that. And the comment you made was when somebody asked you a question, when did you come out, Lakshmi? And you said, I only came out once from my mother's womb.
And rest is history.
And rest is history. Now, the world saw you differently. It's not your problem. It's the world's problem. I really said to myself, what a strong personality you are. Now, I would appreciate if you could share a little bit of your journey with the audience and with us. From, I know it's a long life journey, but from day one to now, if you can summarize that in about 10 minutes, it's not enough, but if you can hear that from you.
Actually, all started when I was really very young and when the whole world was quite different towards me. And when I was growing up, as a child, I was treated quite differently. I was mocked at, I was ridiculed at, I was, all sorts of names were given to me because the world thought I was different, but I was just a child. People ask me always, no, Lakshmi, when did you come out? It's the biggest word in the Western world where people always want to know, when did you come out? And I said, I only came out once. And the rest is history. The world looked at me in a very different way. That was the problem of the world. It is not my problem. So being feminine right from my childhood gave a lot of tough times in my life, as I was sexually abused at a very young age of 6. From there, my life totally, once you're abused, your entire childhood goes into turmoil. And then afterwards, you don't remain a child, you become quite an adult. That one incident changes you. And then after a few years, when I learned the word no, when I could say to my abuser no, my whole world changed. I became flamboyant. I said, now nothing to worry. I could stop the most cruel thing what was happening to me, and I said no. And no changed my life. From there, whether it was school, whether it was the streets where I used to walk, whether it was my people who used to mock at me, I became very blunt, very straightforwardly going up to them and asking questions why you're doing so, and asking them to just shut up and mind your own business. As a child, I started doing that. And of course, right from my young age, I was learning dance. So stage never discriminated me. And in the 7th grade of my schooling, I had started my own dance classes. I used to love dancing. I was a state level dancer, national winner, and I used to dance. I was a classically trained, I'm a classically trained Bharatanatyam dancer. So I did my Arangetram, and then I started my classes. It was on my mother's name, Vidyavati Tripathi, and still I recently lost my mother, but the entire journey of my life, my mother was a strong bond who stood with me. There was a point in my life when my parents could not digest, because we come from this Orthodox Brahmin family from the eastern side of the Uttar Pradesh, where our elections are happening, where you famously know Yogi as the CM of that state. So my parents come from there. I was born in Maharashtra, a district known as Thane, which is the adjoining suburbs of Mumbai. Mumbai and Thane are joint, are quietly, they are district which are together.
Right.
Mumbai and and after so I was born over there, and then I had best of the education my parents gave me. I had best of schooling, but I had best of colleges. There was a time when my sexuality became problem for many, and then afterwards one fine day when my parents came to know, my mother took a stand that my child shall never go out of the house. I can't bear to see my child begging or my child selling her body to survive. Our child cannot do this thing, she told to my father, and somehow things changed. My father was a very great man. He accepted me as I was. But he only said one thing: Lakshmi shall remain my child till my last breath. I believe whatever may be the sexuality of my son, he said, my son shall remain so. He used to always call me beta, which I never mind, because it was a very big generation gap. And that generation gap coming from an Orthodox background of a Brahminical background, which he carried, I believe his acceptance till that much was also a very great thing in those days. I'm now 43. So ages old story, when in the society stigma and discrimination was at the peak. And from there, in 1999, then, okay, everything was fine. 1999, we started this whole movement of HIV/AIDS came. The whole LGBT Section 377 movement came. And I was invited to one of the press conferences, and I said, HIV and Section 377 are the drop in the ocean. We as LGBTIQ people or sexual minority community, we need constitutional rights. We need right as a perfect Indian. We shouldn't be treated as a second-class citizen. And then when I was speaking in English, then everybody in Gujarati, they said, "Arey, aajo to English bole che." That happened, that way of reaction. That, oh my God, just see that trans. She's speaking English and she's so good at it. It happened that way. And then again, one journey started. So I always say, no decision taken at that junction of time was right. So even it is right now. So that day I was all over the news. First time in India, Z News was very famous. First time in India, there was some trans woman in a black sari, speaking about her rights, her constitutional rights. And then the media took me on hand in hand, Whatever I used to do, the media was there. So we started this project with red light district trans workers, sex workers. We about, safe sex behavior, HIV awareness, ART treatment and all those things. Then started working with government, forming, policies, and talking about how the trans should be not considered as gay people, that there is one behavior and one is a community, one is gender issue and one is sexuality issue. R is a gender issue. We are transgenders. Gay is a sexuality. So these two different things has to be dealt two different ways. And later on, we went ahead and filed the Supreme Court famous, the Indian Supreme Court famous case, Nalsa judgment, which came out. It was Nalsa versus Union of India. And there I became the intervener in that case. And that's how in 2014, we got our, right as an Indian. We were the youngest civil rights movement which started. And we were Indian. We were one of the last communities which actually became Indian Now we are celebrating the 75th year of independence. But the whole thing is that in 2014, we became independent. In between, in 2008, I represented Asia Pacific at the United Nations General Assembly President's Office on the high-level meeting of HIV/AIDS. And it was 3 years of, work which we had to do and everything. It was a quite learning experiences. I had a lot of exposure, whether it was art, whether it was activism, whether it was the Amsterdam India Festival. So we organized 3 months programs across in Amsterdam. My famous friend, modern art curator Susan Oxnor, she invited me to Amsterdam to do this beautiful programs. We first time in the history of the trans community, we took 6 transgender as a troupe across to Europe for the first time, and musicians who were trans. And yeah, so this is life. It goes on, keeps on going. In 2015, after the Supreme Court's verdict in 2015, we started the first transgender convent, religious convent, because there are traditionally 13 convent of the Sanatan Dharma, that is the Hindu religion. After the winning the Supreme Court verdict, we said now we should reclaim the lost position which was in the Dharma, which was in the religion. We are considered as demigod in the culture of India and the Hindu religion. So we started the Kinnar Akhada, where I was chosen as the high priestess. And in 2019, when we did the Kumbh Mela of Prayagraj, before that we had done the Kumbh Mela of Ujjain. In Prayagraj, we did the Kinnar Art Village, because traditionally we were known as the custodian of art. So this became a very big hit. And now 2024, again, one Kumbh will be coming, and other rest things are happening. I authored books. I'm doing one more book, which my Minaji was part of one of the books. So one of those publishers are doing books with us. We are chosen 75 transgender across India, trans men, trans women, who were the medium and catalyst in the changing scenario of transgender activism in this country, because it's the 75th year of independence we were living in. So life is going on, Lalit.
Yes, there's so much happening. I mean, even in these few minutes you have said, and I'm already mind-boggled as to how this focus comes through. I'm just looking at it from one perspective currently. But before we go on to that, both Meena Ben and myself and the MINLA Zoom session participants, we pay great respect to your mother, and you lost her. So our sincere condolences on that.
Yeah,
and
she's
to
here.
Ms. Vidyavati Tripathi ji, God bless you for having such a wonderful...
She's in the frame over here.
Oh, wow. Wonderful.
I used to always say, before she left us also, a day before, I was in a TEDx meeting, and you won't believe that 10 minutes earlier I was talking about my mother, that God could not be everywhere, so he created mother. And I'm lucky to have a mother who stood by me in all my odds. And I'm lucky that in every lifetime I would want a mother like her.
Absolutely. It can never be replaced.
Yeah, parents can never be replaced. They are your best friends, and they shall always be so. We come from a different culture. Over here, parents, for Indians, parents are the biggest anchor of their lives.
Correct. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And once again, sincere condolences from all of us to you.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Now, so mind-boggling, you were, from what you've just briefly told us, that you were sexually abused at a young age. You were threatened in many different ways. You were bullied at school. You were made to feel different. And all that is going on in your mind. Your mind has got all these thoughts going on. And at the same time, you have focused your life in an achievement, in a goal, in a mission that you have. Now, to focus on the mission and to have a stable mind, how did you do that? What was the driving force for you?
See, I said, as you were giving condolence to my mother said one thing, that you have to build your character so good that people should respect you, you know. Immaterial, whatever is your gender and whatever you are, you have to be a useful human being for everybody, not only for yourself. And that all started when I even have one incident in my life, when first time I was elected as the president of the organization, first organization of transgender, which we started in 1999. 2000, I became the chair of it. And we went for an evaluation program from Delhi. People had come and doctors were doing evaluation. I entered the red light area for the first time. And I met sex workers whom I used to always meet in parties, in functions. And then the whole thing was that these people used to look very happy and colorful. And once I met them in their vicinity, the whole thing was different, because those Kamachipura, Mumbai, red light district, it was by the Britishers that time. It had those staircases, the wooden staircases which was made in. And I went in, I sat, I was trying to sit, I went straight to meet the other girls. The head of the family was there. She's my sister, head of the family, in relation, you know, not real sister, in the community sister.
Yes.
And then I went to meet those girls and they said, no, Mama, you don't sit over here. It's not a good place for you. You don't do sex work. I said, means? So they changed the bed sheet. So I sat there. I said, forget it. What is this? You are also a trans person. Even I'm trans person. How does it define us from our work, whether you're begging or doing sex work? You're still my child, you know. So I sat on that bed and it was so hard. I said, what is filled in the stones? They said, no, the coir, not the fine coir, but only doing 4 pieces of the coconut, you know, which is dried up, and it is just filled in that. I said, what is this nuisance? What kind of atrocity is this? And HIV was on the highest peak in that time all over the world. People were scared of it. I asked, how much do you get paid? You know, they said 100 rupees, 50 rupees. I was like, oh my God, I use a lipstick which is 600 rupees, you know. And for me, I felt so ashamed, you know, it put me into a very odd situation. It gave me it forced me to look within me that what I am doing in life and why shouldn't I stand up for these people, for their rights. And I had a sleepless night, but next day it was a different person, Lakshmi, and the whole activism started from there. And it is always that drive, you know, that you work for your own dignity. I didn't do a favor to anybody. I did favor to my own self. This whole activism part is getting dignity to your own self. I went to the Supreme Court because I wanted that nobody should treat me as less Indian as anybody else. I should be as equal as any man and woman on this planet Earth. Wherever I went, whenever I had the chance, I always spoke about that transgenders are as equal as anybody. Only the difference is I don't produce kids, but I have so many kids around me that you may only handle few children in your life. But for me, there are so many people who call me mother, and I can be productive to the society so much. Just look into my productivity. You need not penetrate in my bedroom and try to understand my bedroom stories. That is my personal space, you know. My gender is my own gender. Look as me as a human being which can be productive and which can give to the society so much.
That's a very strong comment and a very nice comment. However, may I ask you, you are very strong in your personality and you are in a very strong position right now. The comments you make are very, very nice, very strong, and that's the way it should be. However, the society in general is not like that. How can we educate the society from your viewpoint? Because there are people who are transgender who are not feeling the same way as you're feeling, because you've really built your strong character. and the society is so well respecting you. But there are others who are not getting the same amount of respect because the society does not understand it fully.
The problem is with the education system, Lalit.
Yes.
We have to teach children that there are not only men and women, there are transgender, there are gay people, there are lesbian, there are bisexuals. We have to educate the children. We have to teach people, small, young children. See, education changes everything in this world. If children are educated, see now, 20 years ago, India was a different space. Now the younger generation who have done so much of projects on transgenders, who are trying to understand the LGBT community, are a different generation. Lalit, you and your family children are different in the approach where you see LGBTIQ people. Don't you agree to it? It's a whole, yeah,
Yes.
Even you agree to it. Because it is necessary. This is all comes of awareness. This all comes through a proper advocacy, plan made by the government. I always say the government needs to own their citizen, immaterial to their sexuality, immaterial to their gender. There shouldn't be, there shouldn't be any gender. There cannot be a patriarchal society. And then you say that we all are equal. Excuse me, you all are living in a myth. There should be a non-discriminative policy that every government in this world should follow. A non-discriminative should be followed by every government in this world, which is very hard. The Middle East will never do that. For them, their cattle are more important than their wives. At problem, I really feel strange when I see how this kind of an attitude is there, where you don't even respect your own children. Come on, I don't come from the seventh sky. I have not flown in like Gabriel. No, I don't have wings as angels flying down the, what we say, on Mother Earth and again flying out. I have come from a mother's womb. Even I have the same organs as anybody. Only different is my gender. I deny to accept what I was born. I felt like a woman. Then I felt, okay, I transgendered myself. So I'm a transgender woman. I'm a traditional kinnar. I am a hijra, whatever you may call me. But first of all, I'm a human being. I'm as equal to any man and woman on this planet. I can be productive, as I said earlier, but only if you give me a chance. I don't want sympathy. I want empathy. I need a chance to prove myself. And proving myself would be, see, I proved myself. I went to such high positions only because I had the chance and I proved it. People would party with me, but I used to go and do my homework very properly for the meetings.
So this is very interesting. And in amongst our conversations, we were also discussing that the transgender are being given the rights or are being more recognized, are being given more higher positions, bigger firms, in international banks, and they're being recognized and being given that kind of position. And can you shed some light? Because you were sharing with me, there are some people who who've made it up to this.
This country has changed. India has become a global leader in transgender activism. Correct. India has a transgender act passed by the parliament. India has the Nalsa judgment, which is it is a judgment for transgenders, equality in this country. Now, maximum of the state in this country has transgender welfare board. We have Garima Grace, a shelter home for transgender man and woman. We have metro stations where all the employees are transgenders. We have professors who are principals of women institution, education institution. We have a battalion of police officers. We have police officer in the south. We have lawyers. We have directors of inclusion and diversity in company like KPMG. And so everywhere there are people who are working in Barclays. Flipkart, we gave 50 people in this pandemic. And then Flipkart opened for 500 people. We are working with Sodexo. We are working with Willow Punawala Foundation. Can you imagine? We are getting everybody vaccinated in this country, transgender people. 200 centers with Apollo centers, all free for transgender people. They can just walk in and get vaccinated, and even can get their booster shots taken. So this all things are changed in this country. We have policies in place. The government is giving Ayush cards where they can go and have their sex change operations. In first, they are doing 250 operations first, and selecting hospitals and everything. There are so much things. You're getting a transgender card. 1,50,000. 1,50,000 people would be given free for the starting of the for 1 year. First phase, 1 year, first phase. It's not even 2 years first phase. 1 year first phase, 1,50,000 transgender will be operated at the cost of the government.
Great recognition from the government for the transgender community. And I think that deserves a huge round of applause, because it is through your hard work and people who need this support.
I don't say it is my Lalit, I say it's a teamwork.
A teamwork, absolutely.
It's a teamwork. I have been the face, but it's a teamwork. We recently did the first national award, because now the top Indian awards are being given to transgender people, but people tend to forget the faces and those foots who created this change. So we started the first transgender national award. And our Aryan is also one recipient. And in that, we started the Vidya Awards for parents. In the world, I believe nowhere the transgender parents are given awards for supporting their children. And we did that.
Okay, that is just such an amazing achievement. And I'm going to divert this little section, because I've just received a message from one of the viewers. I'm not going to mention any names or anything at the moment, but I said, the question says from the gentleman who's viewing is, once I said to my father, would you accept if I will marry to any LGBTQ group people? How to influence the thought process of them or like-minded people? The question comes from a viewer. How would you
No, you have to, you see, changing your parents' view takes little time. It all happens with love and affection. And see what they want the child to be settled. And once you can prove that you will be settled and you will do very good for yourself with the person whom you love, it's a whole different story. It takes time, but parents do understand. And if they don't understand, it's their bad. You should live your life as you want to. It's one life. You should really live to the way you want to. If you want to marry anybody, you should marry anybody. This is the way one should be. Why you should love? In Hinduism, it is said that marriage is a union of two souls. It never said man and woman. We're very high classly gender fluid people, and we were really our text or whatever it is really over there, up over there. We were quite arrived people. We don't consider there was stigma discrimination first. It all came after the Victorian morality which was injected in the society of India. Otherwise, it is always said marriage is an union of two souls. I only believe that. And that soul can be anybody.
Thank you. And I hope the viewer who's asked this question has been satisfied with that. In fact, on that little note, Lakshmiji, a very good comment came up that transgender was a well-recognized part of the ancient Sanatan Dharma. And
yes,
even they're recorded, even in the Garbha Upanishad, written over 2,500 years ago. So it was a respected gender, as we may say.
As I said, it is respected, like we are considered as one of the main, ganas of Shiva. We are considered as, because it's Dev, the ranking of how human beings, it's like the Dev, Danav, the demons. Dev is God. Dev, Danav, Yakshi, Gandharva, Kinnar, Apsara, Sant, Mahatma, Sadhu. So the ranking is like that. So we come into the demigods, and then when after it is Sadhu, Mahatma, then Sant and all of that, it comes like that. So, and it is always, it is said we are higher than the sons and the daughters. So even in Christianity, even in Islam, transgenders were respected. They were everywhere respected.
Correct. Thank you. Thank you for explaining that. Thank you for asking that question. We did get a bit diverted, and I'll take one more comment from the chat box that has come through. And this is from a lovely personality saying, if we want to meet you personally, Lakshmiji, what can I do? Is it possible to meet you?
Anytime, anywhere. I'm in Delhi, and Meenal and what we say, Lalit Sodawala ji has my contact number. So whenever you want to meet me, you have Aryan's number. Aryan's number can be given, and I stay in Delhi. So whenever you are traveling in Delhi, once the pandemic gets off, I believe it should be so, or it gets milder and we are able to travel. And Prayagraj coming in the date. Yes, I will be coming to Prayagraj. Somebody came. I will be coming on the 21st to Prayagraj.
Wonderful. Now, bringing in Aryanji, as you have brought him in because he is going to share the number, may I request our super awesome personality, Mr. Aryan Pasha.
Aryan Pasha was favorite of my mother too.
Hey, kya bole?
Aryan Pasha was favorite to my mother too.
Ah, lovely. And in fact, Meena Ben and I have both taken up to Mr. Aryan because he has been so assisting in this Zoom session to actually appear in a nice way and shared a lot of information and made life very easy for us. So we welcome Mr. Aryan Pasha, Meenaji, and myself on the MINLA Zoom session. And where you brought Aryanji, may I request you to introduce Mr. Aryan to the community?
So Aryan is the famous trans man activist of this country. He is a lawyer. He's a athlete. He's the first trans man bodybuilder in this country who competed in the men's category and wrote to them that the trans men should have a different category. So a different category was created by an international body, BBF, IBAFF. I don't understand.
International Bodybuilding and Fitness
Federation created one different this, and we have been living together since 2.5 years. We are family, and yeah, after my mother and father are no more, my sister, brother, and we all are like a family. And we are family, we both are family, and we both stay together. And here you are.
Lovely. Thank you for coming on board, Mr. Aryan. I think we are hoping to have a Zoom session with you to share your experiences and your bodybuilding body that you have made for yourself. There you go. Amazing. Thank you so much for coming up. Meenaben, did you want to give a comment to Mr. Aryan, please? You need to unmute yourself.
Yeah. Aryan, I love you. You are a very nice boy.
Love you too.
I'm so proud that you are with Lakshmiji and doing with this thing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Meena ji. You're such a motherly figure. I wish I could have. Aryan says you're very cute. And the yellow color reminds of the Makar Sankranti, which we had very recently.
Thank
Even
you.
you, Lalit ji, you're a very cute boy.
Thank you.
Bless you.
Lakshmi ji, while Mr. Aryan is sitting there, I know you just mentioned a little bit, and if you don't mind sharing a little bit with us about how you met Mr. Aryan and how you both got into a good relationship.
Aryan would be the best person to talk about it.
I
heard he had a session in the afternoon. He was talking about this incident. So I happened to, of course, I was a bullier also. Okay, I used to bully people badly. Good girls go to heaven and bad girls go everywhere. So I'm that bad girl. I'm really notorious. Now, after being on the religious position, I have mellowed down. First, I was a big drama queen. So I entered this function where even Aryan had happened to come. And I was giving this interview, and Aryan was looking at me. And whenever Aryan looked at me, I looked at him. So I just told one of the trans-men, call that boy over here. So Aryan was like, no. He said, no, she's calling you, you go. Then I said, no, I'm calling you only. You just come here. So I said something, not good. And he said, oh, you're such a famous person, Lakshmiji, you shouldn't be talking this way. I just shut up. First talk to me, Then afterwards we were signing out something. And then he
The
said,
second question was like, will you marry me?
I was notorious. I told you. I said, will you marry me? And he was like, huh? He didn't know anything. And I got busy with something. After that, we were leaving out and he said, okay, can I have a photo with you? I said, first you were showing me attitude and now you want a photo with me. I said, okay, come, let's have a photograph. And we never thought, like honestly, we never thought that we would ever be together or anything of that sort. Yeah, but here we are. I went into an abusive relationship. Sometimes women at the top enter into some relations which become really poisonous to them. And that's how one person, oh God, what to tell you about it? Even to think of that person and to speak is like a sin. So it was financial, mental, physical, all type of abuse put in one box and made one man. He was in my life. Aryan was a friend of mine. And being a friend, I used to always confide in Aryan. And Aryan stood like a rock solid boy in my life. And later on, when we fell in love, I never knew. And we came together. And Aryan was a person, and my mother, they both were the people who stood by me and helped me to come out of that abusive relationship. And then my mother said 2.5 years ago, why don't you, it was her, she supported me in coming here, no, in Delhi. Yes. And so Aryan looked for the house. So I still remember I came with 4 saris and 8 new saris, few makeup box of mine and few jewelry which I was wearing. I entered this house and since then we all are staying together. We had my Chela Zainab staying. I have my son Pratik, Mohol, my 2 babies, Sugar and Spiky, both of them. So we have a small, good family.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing that little romantic side of the both of you.
He's an activist. He's also the treasurer, joint secretary of the National Network of Transgender Person. He's also with the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, Council of Transgender People. We both are there in that, and we both are even in the National Human Rights Commission core group on LGBTIQ.
Wonderful, wonderful. Well, I'm sure God is giving you some amazing amount of strength to do what you guys are doing. Obviously, against all odds, you are really moving and doing all the great things that humans need to be recognized for. But having said that, I want to ask you a few more questions, Lakshmiji. There's so much to ask you and so much to hear from you. So I've just listed out a few questions. The first one is, in 2011, you starred in a film called Queens, Destiny of Dance, an award-winning movie that was all about the hijras, as they call them. Can you share a little excerpt of that movie with us, please?
Oh, it is a wonderful movie. We really enjoyed shooting with Seema Biswas, a national awarded actress, and Vineet, one of the South actors. And it was all about the hijras. Hijras is the Islamic word where it is known as the person who leaves his house to find his true self. This is used for the transgender community, hijras. And at times now it became a very vulgarly used word, but people don't know the real meaning of it. So I always try to tell everybody what is the real meaning of a hijra. And we shot it in Jaipur, Chomo Palace. It was wonderful. And when it came out in the theaters, it was good. And it got award in Los Angeles Film Festival. Mirage Group, Mirage Entertainments published it, produced it. It was wonderful. I enjoyed
Wonderful,
working.
Yeah, so that was a great Bollywood success for you, an award-winning movie where you were starred also. And going back to the term, as we said, hijra, there are different terms that you are called with that have different names that are given.
Very different names. There are Hijras, Kinners, Jokti, Jogappas, Tirunangai, Arvani, Buaji, Mosi, all sorts of names are there.
But the most widely used is the hijra. Is that correct?
Yes, Kinners, Hijras are used mostly.
Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go on to this, another controversial question that you had a meeting with this personality called Salman Rushdie.
Oh, yes.
Tell us about that.
Oh, wonderful. I made him wait for 3 hours. So the Queen had to arrive in her own style. I was quite wondering who is this person who is going to, because his name was kept quiet. But I had known with my sources, he is only coming to meet me. I met him and it was a wonderful time. We spent around 4 hours together. And then next time we met at the Women of the World conference in New York. Yeah, New York, at the dinner of the New York, and he was quite happy to meet me again. He himself came, oh Lakshmi, we all were at the same table, you know, and he was very happy and he was talking for a long time with me. I found him a very wonderful person.
Wonderful. Great. Okay, so moving forward, Lakshmi, the name also became very famous with the Bollywood industry, where recently a movie that starred Akshay Kumar was produced, directed, and really was on the screen, and people were talking a great deal about it, enjoying the movie. What was the connection between Lakshmi, the movie, and Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi?
There was nothing. It was a different whole story. But this Lakshmi supported that Lakshmi movie because it was about transgender issues, and it highlighted in a very good way the transgender issues. And Akshay Kumar being a wonderful friend of mine, I went for, we all decided that we will promote the movie.
Wonderful. So that was the connection between Lakshmi
and he had supported around 1.5 CR in the South also.
Wonderful.
To support transgender community in South.
Sure. So great. And you also, in 2017, you were given an award, the Indian of the Year in 2017. Tell us a little bit about that. How did that award land in your laps?
I don't know. It was the jury who decided. I didn't even knew about it.
So what was the category?
Lalit, honestly, half of the awards, I don't know why people give it to me. I keep doing my job and I get appreciation for that. I'm really very much thankful for people for respecting me and giving me such honors, which helps me to take my work forward more.
It's always an encouragement and appreciation for all the good work that you do. And these awards obviously sort of acknowledge the whole world as to what your work is being done for.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question will be a little bit about your participation in the Kumbh Melas that have taken place.
I'm the Acharya.
That is the Mahamandaleshwar Acharya. And tell us a little bit about it as to what your presence at the Kumbh Mela means.
See, all the acharyas of their different akhadas have to be there. And because when the holy dip happens, we all go with our entire entourage to take the holy dip. And first, the akhada head, that is the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar, the high priestess, has to take her holy dip. Then the others do it. So it's all about mainstreaming. For me, it was all about mainstreaming advocacy tool as a religion And we do a lot of havan, pujas, lot of blessings. So these are the responsibilities of the Acharya Mahamandaleshwar in the Kumbh, and spreading the righteous knowledge of religion and the dharma, which is very necessary.
Wonderful. And you're obviously going for the next Kumbh Mela too.
Yeah, next time even you all are invited, Meena ji and all of you who all are listening, even Lalit ji, you. And the whole perspective, see, the whole perspective changes in the Kumbh as far as the transgender. When you see, where you see the community next in here, whenever you see thousands of people flocking at us, their whole perspective changes, you know. And then we have the Kinnar Art Village, where it's all about art and culture in a very good way. It enhances a lot of artists and literature people, cultural people. It's a very big platform which we provide in the Kumbh Mela. Lalit, with your permission, somebody asked me in your group, where do you see the community after 10 years from now?
Yes, Mr. Siddharth Kumar, thank you for asking that question. And yes, that question would be forwarded to you, Lakshmiji. Where do you see the community in the next 10 years?
In 10 years, I see the community as normal as any man and woman. I want doctors, I want scientists, I want politicians, I want normal, you know, shop owners to be transgender. I want as normalized we all are, so-called by the society normal, quote unquote. I want the community to be treated as equal as any man and woman.
Wonderful. And in that respect, to also address Mr. Siddharth Kumavat's question, Lakshmiji, when we were having a chat, we discussed about the new beauty salon that you guys are working on, where all the people...
Aryan is doing all the work. I'm just the poster girl of it. It's La Beauty Style, which is run and managed by transgender people, and especially transgender trans men. Yeah, trans men are majorly who are they are managing and running the whole space. And Aryan is the leader over there.
And the whole purpose of this particular movement would be to educate and to make sure that the transgendered are not left on the streets for begging only.
Yes, and it's all about entrepreneurship. We are opening many other avenues of entrepreneurship where, you know, I want people to work and to explore their likes, what they want to do in life in a real physical form in an entrepreneurship model.
Like most of the children are thrown out of their families, and due to bullying and like physical abuse and verbal abuse, they drop out from the school. So they don't have like good qualification to have a better job in their life. So we started this salon so we can provide skill training to them, and later on, whatever they want to pursue, they can continue with it.
I think, again, providing excellent, great opportunities for people to progress in life. And I think that's such a noble and a great cause. So thank you for doing this. Thank you for working hard at it. And I can see quite a few people on the screen actually nodding their head and saying, wonderful job for them. So thank you very much, audience. Really, really appreciate that. Now, I have another question for you, Lakshmiji. There is one high Indian government award that was given to a transgender. That's the Padma Shri Award that was given to this lovely Manjama Jogati from Karnataka.
Manjama Jogti, and before that it was given to Nartaki Natarajan.
So she's also got this award, the Padma Shri Award.
Manjama is the second one. First is Nartaki Natarajan, who is an institution within herself in the field of Bharatanatyam, Indian classical dancing, who is considered to be an institution within herself. So she is Nartaki Natarajan in the field of art and culture. And same in the field of art and culture, Jogati Manjama was given an award.
So amazing achievement also once again within the community. Wouldn't you say so?
Yes, of course. Wherever the community is going, it's an achievement, because when we started, nobody was there. And when we see these things happening, it's such a honor to live and see your works getting, you know, fruitfulness is coming out, you know. we never thought we would even be considered as Indians or whether we would get our rights. From there till here, it's a big win-win situation.
And another massive win was when Miss World Diversity beauty pageant was won by Naz Joshi, 3 times India's first transgender model.
Yes, such a beautiful soul she is. I know her personally.
Yeah. So you know what? It's very nice to hear that this is what's happening in the community. People are trying to work and get to places. So again,
Yes.
with constant encouragement and hard work that you guys do as a team, individually, I think this is wonderful. There is a question that has come up on the chat box, if I may take that, Lakshmi ji. Says, question has been asked directly, so I'm not going to name the person, but they say that we hardly have a transgender as our friends. Why this so? And why they do not study with us?
They study with you. It's only thing that you all don't understand it. And when they grow up, they become transgenders. And it is both the ways, no? Well, you should try to have a transgender friend. I'm your friend. I'm always your friend. Aryan is everybody's friend. We don't want to have enemies. It's more the merrier.
And basically, like when you are a kid, you don't know the difference between like
A
boy
man,
and
girl,
girl, and
a trans.
whether you are a trans. So later, when at least you hit your
Adolescence.
puberty, yeah. So then you come to know about it. Like you are not comfortable with your own body, and then
With
that
your own
fight
gender.
starts within. And later on, a person came out as a trans. So it takes time.
It takes a lot of time.
Keep going and keep searching and be nice to every human being is main message that's coming from our Lakshmi ji and Aryan ji. One last question before we move on to our next round. And that question comes, Lakshmi ji, we as children and many people, when we were organizing this Zoom session and we said, what do you know about the transgender? What do you know about hijra? And that was the word that came up. And quite often, this is a twofold question in one. That name of hijra is used as an abusive name. And how can we change that concept? Again, I can see that's coming from education from people. But most of us know that when you go onto the trains in India, you hear a unique clap and you know they're there and you know they're singing and you know they're going to come and ask you for something. And if you don't give it to them, so the general community has been told that do not displease these guys, they will curse you.
Yes.
Now,
good, no?
Share this with us. How do we look at this?
No, actually, you know what? This is only the way they earn money. And there is a scare, in the mainstream society, there is a lot of scare that people, if you don't give money, they will curse you. And that is the weapon to, it's myth and misconceptions which is around the community. This is the way of survival. During the British era, we were thrown out from being nobles to being nowhere. And where the community needed to sell their body, at times people beg because they don't want to sell their body. So at times it becomes a very questionable mark in morality, what is right and what is wrong. I believe everything is right. And things are changing. People who come to beg, if you understand the community issue with love, if you give even 1 rupee also, they will be more than happy. It always has to be. And if you say, hey, go away, if you do in a very dirty way, if you discard them, then they become aggressive. So why we should even discard any human being? I believe we should all learn this whole attitude of accepting human beings immaterial to their gender, and it's a different whole world, and we should respect everybody. And that is only their mechanism to survive.
Wonderful answer. Thank you so much. And the next time we see them, wherever we see them, and if they are asking for something, humble request to everybody, give them something. God has been kind to us, be kind to them. Gratitude is such a wonderful thing, whoever we give it to, and especially a gender that has been so well recognized in the Hindu tradition, in the Garbha Upanishad that they've been written for. Let's respect them and let's make sure that nobody goes hungry. And one more question, I know before time is flying fast, but Lakshmi ji, you guys have done tremendous amount of work during the COVID crisis, where you have actually helped not just food, not just medicine, but in various different ways. In 2 minutes, could you just summarize your COVID work that you have done?
So when the first round of COVID came, Aryan also had become positive and we all had become positive. Aryan went every house in Delhi and NCR, the region, and gave everybody food rations. We gave money, we gave hormones, we gave financial aids, house rents, we gave clothes, we gave all over India. Around 4,50,000 plus kits have been given till the date.
Wow.
And it was all transparent, no money taken by us. It was on platforms or organizations, and everything was done very transparent. We knew that people may not die of COVID, but may die of hunger. So we started the campaign, forgotten families. And then afterwards, we started Beti Ki Shadi also. Some of the girls who are really very poor and their marriage is not happening, they need financial help for their marriage. We are doing that also. We gave money for education for not only trans, but also for every gender, woman, girl, boys, whoever came. We supported with people with special abilities, specially able persons. We supported them. So a lot of work has been done and still the work is happening. Jobs, we gave transgenders jobs, we skill trained transgenders. We did English speaking courses for transgenders. Lots of work, you cannot just sum it up in, 2-3 minutes.
Like in skill training, we have provided beauty and spa classes, interior designing, computer course, fashion designing, hotel management, bakery, mobile repairing. So any sort of course which they wanted.
And we are still doing. So we supported companies to hire transgender people through the Willow Navala Foundation. And they would give us some amount to the company to give them salaries. And later on, that companies have promised to take trans people into their payroll. We started the vaccination drive. We started every type of thing which was possible by us to do. And it is done through Kidney Services, and Manish ji was the biggest person who just stood with us, and he's the person who's been doing everything about this, Manish Jain.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that. Before we end and move on to the next session, I would love to read a lovely comment that has come. And this is from Anjali Rimi. And she says, thank you for this powerful session. Honored to be here with Lakshmi Ma. As a trans woman from Indian based in the US, I'm so inspired by your work to fight for the trans inclusion and our economic justice at parivarbarya.org. Pranam. Lovely. Thank you so much, Anjali ji from the United States.
Thank you, Anjali.
Now, moving on to the next session, Lakshmi ji. This is our wonderful rapid fire round.
Yes.
And
no. Aryan is always trying to run away.
You can definitely sit there, but you cannot help her.
Okay.
Okay, so are we ready for this rapid fire round, Lakshmi ji? I've got a big thumbs up. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now doing the MINLA Zoom session rapid fire round with our global personality, Acharya Lakshmi Narayan Tripathi. So the first question would be integration, inclusion. And before I go ahead, a short statement of a question, a short statement of an answer. We have about 21 of them. We would love to finish them in literally 3 to 4 minutes. So the first word, integration or inclusion?
Kidney Services, which did all the work of inclusion and integration in the mainstream society. I, Aryan and Manish Jain did it together.
Perfect. Parivartan ka tika. What does that
Willow
mean?
Poonawalla Foundation, Apollo Hospitals, who came together to open 200 centers which provided free vaccination. Kidney Services did the process.
The term transgender.
Flowers of the God, trans men, trans women, and all the subgroups in one big umbrella. That is a transgender.
Red lipstick.
Men in My Life, the book which I wrote, I wanted everybody to know about all my affairs and and all whatever I thought what is manhood. Even there are women in my life who stood beyond any man in this world.
The name Mr. Narendra Modi.
My Prime Minister.
The COVID-19 pandemic.
Horrifying, disastrous, heart-wrenching.
Big Boss 2011.
Oh, Lakshmi, the house queen.
Lovely, like it. The next one is dance, Bharatnatyam.
Oh, never question my sexuality or gender. I was treated equally at this stage. The Vyaspeeth always loved me.
The name Shabina.
For my first transgender guru in the community.
The organization Astitva.
Astitva is fight for your existence. So we started to, it was to recognize our existence.
The show Sach Ka Samna.
Always speak the truth, but the red hot seat, I still remember it. And my parents, they were togetherly for the first time in the national television.
Wow. Okay. And the name Aryan Pasha.
Oh, my beloved, my half, my soul.
Lovely. Maltibai Hospital.
I was born there and cried my first cry.
Maltibai Hospital in Thane.
In Thane.
Yes. Okay, the two wonderful names, Uday and Deepak.
My son.
Come again?
My sons.
Ah, wonderful.
Yeah, they were the people who called me Ma, the first ones.
Wonderful.
Deepak and Uday.
Now, Vada Pav ya Pav Bhaji?
Vada Pav.
Vada
The Pav
Pav.
Bhaji is also very good. I love the Bombay and Gujarat Pav Bhaji and Pav Vada Pav. But Vada Pav, of course.
Good. And who is
Oh God, I'm
God?
feeling hungry, Lalit. Bad.
We are all very hungry too. Lakshmi ji, next question. Who is God for you?
Mahakal.
Okay.
Voucher.
Your favorite holiday destination?
Amsterdam.
Nice one. And the name Morari Bapu.
Oh, my father. My Shraddha Murti.
Wonderful.
He's my father. I just love him.
Your favorite comedian? Keshta Mukherjee, Mahmood, or Jagdeep?
Kishtu Mukherjee.
Keshta
him.
Mukherjee. He had a unique laugh.
Yes.
Who holds more beauty? Rekha or Sridevi?
We'll give it to Rekha as she's alive. But that was bad. Yeah, both of them. See, I loved Sridevi, but oh, Rekha is epitome of beauty, of womanhood, Indian womanhood. Oh yeah, she's like the Indian Cleopatra.
सब आपने रेखा के बारे में तो सब कुछ बोल दिया. अभी who is your favorite Bollywood hero? Don't say Aryan
Akshay
Pasha.
Kumar.
Don't say Aryan Pasha.
No, no. Akshay Kumar.
Akshay Kumar, lovely. Thank you very much. And last but not the least, Dr. Lalit Soda's rapid fire round.
Sexy, fantastic.
Thank you. Lakshmi ji, Aryan ji, thank you so much for being in our session. And may I say,
Thank you.
it's been a truly inspirational, educational session for us. Time is never enough when we want to talk about wonderful things. So we'd love to say that there are still so many questions that we would love to ask you that have come on the chat box, and that maybe in the near future, organize another session with yourselves.
Done. 100. Give my love to Meena ji.
She's
And,
going to formally end this session, but before she
Lalit ji,
does,
it was wonderful. You managed and run the session very beautifully, and I love your smile and your Nehru jacket.
Hare Baba, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Meena Ben, on behalf of MINLA, the session doesn't come to an end till we get this wonderful personality, the lady who has killer eyes, let me tell you. You look at her eyes and you would be wondering where the sharp eyes are coming from. So this is the lady who will formally end the Zoom session today. Meena Ben.
Thank you. Lakshmi ji, this is my other half, my old man, the golfer. I find him only.
Even I have the old man with me. God bless you. It is so nice to know you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Really enjoyed, as Lalit said, we have to have another session with you.
Now you have with Aryan ji, then I will be sitting in his place.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Okay.
And she will talk on my place.
Yeah, I forgot to
He will only answer all the questions.
I mention Nilesh Bhai Dasani sends love to you. Today he has gone to England for his father-in-law's funeral, but he sends. He gave me the regards to you to tell. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let me start. After the session, we have closed, but we'll keep 5 minutes or 2 minutes. We will ask other people if they want to know you.
Meena Ben, we'll go through the thank you from you, yeah? Before we end with this.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is my pleasant and humble duty to end this session with a hearty thank you to sweetest person, Aryan. Thank you, Sukriya Asandisana, to our chief speaker, Acharya Mahamandaleshwar Lakshmi Narayan. I really enjoy your talk and I love you both.
Thank you so much.
Asandisana to the viewer on Facebook Live and those who have joined us Zoom. Please share widely. Can't end my thank you without saying big thank you to my cute cousin, Dr. Lalit Soda, and our host, Riley. This is my co-host, Ellie.
Hi, everyone.
Hi, Ellie. How are you? It's so nice to meet you. I should really come and go for the safari in Kenya.
You must
come.
come. He will come also. Come. It is the best time is to come in May.
I'll come. I in love forest.
Yes, and the animals. They are right here in Nakuru.
We will be coming. Don't worry. And we'll trouble you, Meena ji.
Come, there is a friend of mine, Sunny Tasama. He has, I think he has gone somewhere, who is also, and we are very good friends, and he will be really loved to see you as well.
So sweet.
In Nakuru. And we have a lot of African who are also very keen because they are also the same like you.
Thank you so much.
They are doing a lot for the country as well.
Thank you so much. All my wishes to them. All my love to all of them.
So I will say thank you very much. And now we will unmute everybody so everybody can say hello to you and we can say hello.
Thank you. And a massive thank you to Dr. Batra also, who has been quite instrumental in encouraging us for this particular Zoom session.
Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
First one, gallery. And stop recording.